discovery that is unique in modern history. When British archaeologists stumbled upon the final resting place of King Tutankhamun in 1922, it was the first and only time in modern history that a sealed pharaoh's tomb had ever been found. The treasures uncovered in the tomb's 4 chambers captivated the world. One room almost appeared like a wall of solid gold. There were games for the king to play, and things to help him in the afterlife, including ostrich feather fans to keep him cool. And one even shows the hunt the king led to secure the ostriches. Every item in the tomb displayed the skills of master craftsmen, refining their art to sublime levels, the better to serve their king on his journey into the afterlife.
The thinking of afterlife built ancient Egypt, built Egypt in my opinion. Without that, you will never see the pyramids. Without the afterlife, you will never see these great artifacts that you are seeing in this exhibit. It is the belief on the afterlife who made everyone in ancient Egypt to work for the national project. The national project was building a pyramid or building a tomb.
This exhibition includes more than 100 priceless objects. Over 50 of them come from Tutankhamun's tomb, including a miniature coffin that held the pharaoh's liver and the crown that once adorned his head. Yet even at the time of this discovery, the life and death of the pharaoh whose mummy lay encased in 4 outer shrines and 3 interlocking coffins remained shrouded in mystery. And so the question arose, who exactly was King Tutankhamun? Why was his name virtually unknown for over 3,000 years?
One of the things I think is so frustrating and yet intriguing at the same time is that we know so much about the materials in Tutankhamun's tomb, but we know so little about the person. We have very few historical documents. We don't know how he came to the throne. We don't know how decisions were made. We don't know any of the details of this time period. So that invites, I think, way too much speculation, and not just by scholars, but by lay scholars, amateurs, all kinds of people who want to get into the mix. When there's too little information, but there's a lot of stuff, materials to deal with, you can come up with all kinds of crazy and wild hypotheses, and it's encouraged, I think, more speculation than most time periods.
King Tutankhamun ruled Egypt for just 10 years, until his mysterious death at age 19. Yet today his name is legendary. Why? Because his tomb, alone among the royal burial places, lay undiscovered for over 3,000 years. In 1922, when it was reopened, many of its amazing treasures were found intact.
November 4, 1922 was a very important day in the field of archaeology. It is the first time, actually, that a major tomb to be discovered completely intact like this.
Tutankhamun came to power in 1332 BC, when he was just 9 years old. He mysteriously died before he reached the age of 20.
It's hard to know exactly what caused Tutankhamun's death, but recent CAT scans that were done by the National Geographic Society have proven beyond a shadow of a doubt that the damage to the back of his skull was not because of an attempted murder, and it seems to have been a post-mortem event. So did he die from another cause? It's hard to say. There is a possibility that there was a wound on his leg which did not heal correctly, and he may have died of blood poisoning.
I think the romantic version is that he fell off his chariot while hunting, or maybe, on a campaign of some kind. But I mean, given that, we have to keep in mind that his skeletal information is really all we have to go by. His soft tissue has been so fragmented and so decomposed by the amount of resins poured on him during the mummification that we really only have skeletal material to work with. So the cause of death is by no means clear. And for right now, maybe a break in the left thigh that caused massive infection and sepsemia, maybe not.